Before I get started with this, if in the one and 1 billionth chance somebody from Amazon Prime who can do anything about this is watching this, can we please stop making these black and white movies into color? Watching this movie, you can see it on the screen that the movie's fighting to be its original black and white presentation. Anyways, when they make these black and white movies into color, they come off like a yellowish, greenish tint, like those old copper pennies that they used to make. And when they get old, they turn into that greenish color. That's kind of what this movie looks like when they're trying to make it the color. Like, maybe 50% of the time it works. Anyways, that's my complaint about Amazon Prime making these black and white movies into color. It's probably MGM or something like that who did it. Anyways, let's get into Made for Each Other, starring James Stewart and Carole Lombard. Right off the bat, if you haven't ever seen this movie before, or if you have, look, a little recap review here. James Stewart, he's a lawyer. He's on the up and up. He's got a lot of promise. And everybody thinks he's going to be marrying one of the founders, or what do you call him? Anyways, he's going to marry one of the founder's daughter here, so he can become a partner. One of the partner's daughter, so he himself become a partner. Anyways, he goes to Boston, falls in love with Carole Lombard's character at first sight. They get married. Then eventually this leads him not getting the partnership with this law firm that he's been very well established in. And basically that's what this movie's about. It's about these newlyweds. It's not about them falling in love or any romance like that. It's about what happens after you marry the person that you love and the hardships that comes with this. Movie came out in 1939. It's the same year that the movie Mr. Smith Goes to Washington with James Stewart comes out. So you got that classic James Stewart movie along with this one. And this movie is solid, but it's not as great as Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. James Stewart does his still good at this one. Not as great as he was on that one. I'm a big James Stewart fan. I love a lot of his movies. But this one, it's not his best movie, but it's a solid movie. And it does deal with those hardships of what a marriage couple comes with. This one, the hardship for the wife is that she has to deal with her mother-in-law who lives with them, and the mother-in-law is not so nice to her. But she tries to put up with it as best as she can. She keeps on telling herself, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say anything. I think that's the line she used over and over again in this movie. And then with James Stewart, he's trying to deal with, his not getting to be a partnership, though it's something he was expecting to receive. He has that problem that he has to overcome. They got income problems. This movie does take place during the Great Depression. No, that is not in the foreground. It is in the background. The law firm has to make some wage cuts due to this. The Great Depression, their clients ain't making as much money. Therefore, they can't charge as much. So they're saying their lawyers who are under them can't make as much money. So, they're dealing with those kind of financial problems, which hurts them because, she's needed help raising his family. So they do have like a maid and stuff. And this comes to a head at a dinner table where the maid's basically going to quit on them on the spot because they can't afford her wages. At the same time, he is suspected to be called a partner at this dinner that they're holding for, the head honcho guy, and he announces that he's going to give it to his, infirm rival. This rivalry, though, it's not like it's a bitter rival. The guy who gets the partnership, he's not doing anything underhanded to James Stewart's character, but he's the one who agreed to marry the daughter. I don't remember ever seeing the daughter in this movie, so we don't know if she's nice, if she's a beauty, if she's ugly, or what. We just know that this guy has a daughter, and that I guess to get a partnership, you gotta marry her. But in the end, everything works out. James Stewart is able to get this partnership through his hard work. But it's not without some difficulties with the relationship. That's got a big blow up on New Year's Eve, where it looks like her couple is going to separate, but she goes into labor. Everything gets resolved. The cinematography is good. Of course, it gets James Stewart and Carole Lombard in here. Both of them are great actors. They hold their part very well. I feel like this movie does capture the dynamic of the trials that a marriage couple goes through, especially when they're newlyweds. It's just a solid movie. You know, it's not a fantastic movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just a really good movie. If you're somebody who's interested in those kind of stories about, you know, what happens after you're married, after two people in love gets married, it's worth checking out. And if you want to see a pretty solid James Stewart performance made for each other, might be for you. That's all I really got to say about this movie. Let me know your comments below. What do you guys think? Do you enjoy it? Do you think this is James Stewart's one of his best ones? I'm not going to say it's top tier, but I will say it's like a very solid movie for James Stewart. Overall, it is on Amazon Prime. If you can put up with the black and white trying to interfere with the color, or the color interfering with the black and white, check it out. I couldn't find it in its original form. Unfortunately, I don't mind black and white movies. Sometimes I kind of prefer them over. I definitely prefer them over this crap that they try to do when they try to colorize it. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.